is Lou Drews. Lou has been in the advertising and marketing industry all of her professional career. She is often asked to explain what she does, which quickly is followed by a groan when they find out what she's responsible for, which is the ads they see. While people often complain about the proliferation of advertisements, they often forget about their benefits. Taking a critical look at what people say versus what they do, let's welcome Lou Drews for her 5 to 7 minute speech titled, "It's an Ad World."
Good morning, everyone. How many of you use a service such as, for music, such as Spotify or Pandora? Okay, now how many of you actually paid for an ad-free version of that service? Oh, a lot more than I thought, actually. Well, typically a lot of people don't. The majority of people do not pay for that service. They want their free version. If people can get out of paying for something, they usually will. And that brings me to my speech today. There is always a cost to anything that you're doing, and the cost of free service like Pandora or Spotify, or even articles that you're reading on CNN, are those advertisements that you're seeing. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what is not so bad about advertising and the advertising industry, but also the great responsibility that they have with a lot of the power that they currently have with the technology that they're using. So my first question was supposed to demonstrate that most of us, including myself, because I don't pay for those services, that we're hypocrites. We will say one thing, but we'll do another. There was a recent Harvard Business Review article that questioned why people are so hypocritical about what they say about online privacy versus what they actually are doing about online privacy. Many people will say that they don't want advertisers to have information about them, but they do little to thwart people like me to get that information from them. They're not installing their ad blockers, they're not clearing their cookies, they're not me paying for subscription services to protect my information. To protect my information. And this is, pretty common, and most people are doing this. But the fact is, advertisers need this information to continue to give you these services. So imagine if you had to pay for every single YouTube video that you were watching, or any article on CNN if you were having to pay for those. Most people wouldn't do that, and advertisements are paying for you to see that. Now there are people that do have ad blockers installed, and it's coming upon a time when even those people are going to have to pay for that content. One company that actually is doing that right now is The Atlantic. If you come to their website and they detect that you have an ad blocker in place, they will ask you to either disable that ad blocker so that you can see the sponsored content, or they're going to ask you to pay a subscription fee to view that article. Ad blocking technology is one emerging technology coming up, but on the flip side, there's a lot more technology that is making it easier for advertisers to be extremely targeted, to deliver ads to you that you actually may want to see. And that's something that's really important. Unlike the days of old when we would do what we called spray and pray, which means that they're just throwing advertisements out there, not being super targeted, like with TV ads, billboards, radio, hoping that some people will buy that product. The rise of digital technology has allowed us to be extremely targeted, to gather information from what you're doing online, information for what you're doing offline, combine that and create your unique profile. And I know this sounds very creepy, and it kind of is, but really this is happening. This is happening right now, and it's continuing to grow. So just be prepared for what you're putting out there, is all I'm going to say about that. It's very important that we're thinking about what we're doing, what we're putting out there. But on this flip side, even the people that aren't putting things out there, they're installing their ad blockers, they're going incognito on Google. We're going to be able to stitch these various behaviors together from what they're doing, again, online and offline, and we're still going to be able to create those profiles. And I know this all sounds very intimidating, and there are things that the advertising industry is trying to do. They do have a great power, but they also have a great responsibility. And they're continuing to make reforms, and they've done this previously. Do you guys ever remember pop-up ads? The very annoying pop-up ads that would keep coming and you had to keep closing them all the time? Well, those used to be very prevalent, and there was a huge consumer backlash on those, and the ads really did not perform well. So that's one example of advertisers reforming what they're doing because of consumer backlash. Ads that perform the best today are those that are unintrusive and native to the medium that they're being shown in. For example, if you are on a BuzzFeed and you are reading an article and you see an article that is an ad, if it has the same tone, the look, and the feel, you are more likely to click on that ad versus one that is just kind of placed in the middle, that looks like it's a sticker and is out of place. And there have been harsh examples as well. There was a 16-year-old girl who started to get baby coupons from Target, and her dad was questioning why was she getting baby coupons. Well, come to find out, she had bought pregnancy-related items, and so therefore Target was targeting her with baby coupons, and that's how the dad found out that a 16-year-old was pregnant. So there are definite ethical and responsibilities by the advertising industry, and how are they being unintrusive when they're giving these ads? And that's the balance that they're trying to strike right now. Advertising really has come a long way since the time of Mad Men, but for what we are using it for right now and what we all want, which is free content from CNN, from our Pandora, from our Spotify, the cost of that content right now is your information. So really just be careful at what you're Googling. Thank you.